Here's the results.
Public libraries are
She wakes up early every morning just to do her hair now because she cares, y'all. Her day out wouldn't be right without her makeup. She's never had a makeup. She's just like you and me, but she's homeless. She's homeless as she stands there. She wakes up early every morning just to do her hair now because she cares, y'all. Her day out wouldn't be right without her makeup. She's never had a makeup. She's just like you and me, but she's homeless. She's homeless as she stands there singing for money. La la dee, la dee, la 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 la dee. is homeless. As she stands there singing for money, la la dee, la doo da, 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 la la dee.
life's truest park, from the people who keep the field looking major league ready, to the creative minds designing what players wear, to the planners bringing that ballpark energy. Energy and leaders making a difference in the community. Today we are stepping behind the plate with the team behind the team. Let's go. Turns out a path to a career in professional sports doesn't have to include scoring goals or hitting homers. It can go through science, art, music, community work, food, and more. Pro sports teams create a micro-economy full of hundreds of amazing people working amazing careers, and today we're rounding the bases with some of them in this 10-minute special. Meet In-Sung Kim, Vice President and Creative Director of the Atlanta Braves. Some careers in sports start with a sketch and end up in the hands of fans around the world.
I have one of the coolest jobs in the world because I get to design things, and the players and fans in one of my favorite sports, they get to wear it and they get to keep it, so it's really fun.
From jerseys to bobbleheads, creativity is key.
This is the Outcast bobblehead, so we got Big Boy and Andre 3000 over here.
Southern playalistic, Cadillac, funky music. And for Mr. Kim, a little nostalgia from his childhood inspired some big ideas.
So this is a new game news store here at Truist Park called Top End Trading. We wanted to remind you of kind of the basics.
Patrons can find the latest popular title.
なんか今第一声をにオープン。
kind of the baseball card shops that you and I went to growing up. You can actually come here and buy a baseball from the game that you watched today. So we have a neon light outside the store. So once all the baseballs from today's game are brought over here, the light goes on and you come in the store and you can say, you know what, this is my first baseball game, so I want to make sure that I get a baseball from today's game.
Who is a teacher out there who impacted you on your journey?
So I want to give a shout out to Miss Spencer, my art teacher in 7th grade. Without her, I never would have pursued art. And I'm so grateful to her for that.
Amazing. Impacting the next generation, teachers out there. Keep it up. This is Scott Beam, Director of Field Operations. Long before fans fill the stands and players take the field, work on the field is well underway.
We're here 24/7 pretty much from March until October. So there's a lot of demand, but from fertilizing to cutting to dragging the infield to managing moisture, there's a lot that goes on into making this thing playable every day.
Keeping a field looking major league ready takes serious skill and science. For the
system underneath the field that I can pump 102,000 gallons of water in an hour off of this field. I mean, that's what we care about is the player safety. And then, you know, obviously we want it to look good, but if it has to take a seat back to look good, we want to make sure it plays good.
You hear that? Preparation, 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 and attention to details. He didn't say 100,000 gallons of water.
Great time.
Katie always says one thing: what is the most important part of your uniform? And it's the smile. If you can come to this ballpark, give a warm and sincere greeting with a smile, and it's got to be sincere, anticipate the fans' needs, and at the end of the night, we give them a fun farewell. And we make sure that they enjoy themselves at this ballpark, creating memories that they'll ever forget, and relationships that they'll always have for the rest of their life.
After landing your dream job, your life changed in a major way. Tell us your story and what kept pushing you through it.
I started with the Braves in 2016, and then I suddenly lost my vision in 2017. And I really wanted to continue working because of the passion I had built. I was lucky enough to be a part of that in my very first year. And right now we're standing in section 39, which is front row accessible seating.
Distributions. I get to build community through baseball every day, and it's fun.
And beyond the ballpark, the impact keeps growing.
We honored one of our Braves heroes, Hank Aaron, infield at every Atlanta public school, high school over the next year. So we
of entertainment and events, and he had a surprise for us.
Oh man, it is so good to see you, Corey.
You too.
Listen, you're in Braves country, you got the hat, you're looking good, but you know what, if you're gonna take in the experience, I can't let you go without a jersey, but check it out. Oh yeah, that is just for you. Right there, check that out. We gotta do this in style.
I need to wear this.
Yes.
Cut. For those of you who love music and performing arts, did you ever think you could join a pro sports team and bring some positive vibes?
Baseball season typically runs April through the end of September into October if you make the postseason, but this is a year-round operation. It takes us all year to plan these. And our Tomahawk team and our mascot team and all the live entertainers and variety performers that come out, you don't just have to be a baseball.
Turns out the path to a career in pro sports doesn't have to go through a game day roster. It can go through art, music, science, community work, leadership, and good old-fashioned teamwork. Thanks for learning with me and playing ball today. I'm Coy Wire. We are CNN 10. I'm out of here.